So I had said on this New Hartford, if your child goes to New Hartford schools, you should be aware. They're talking about layoffs. They're talking about larger class sizes. They're talking about the fact that the district's budget is in fiscal distress. How does that happen? In New Hartford, where you have property values, where Utica is not going through this. Other districts also deal with the same formula when it comes to state aid. That's what it's being blamed on. We're blaming it on Albany. But at the end of the day, why is New Hartford in trouble unless it was financially mismanaged? So why should the students pay for that? Why should the teachers have to pay for that? So I met with someone yesterday who gave me some information, and I just want to, this is for parents and for teachers. These are questions that you might want to make a phone call to the district office today and ask, or maybe go to the next board meeting and ask one of these questions to the board. Question number one, why hasn't board superintendent Mr. Knoll presented past budgets at the 2% tax cap to build reserves? So I'm not sure about this one, and I wasn't, but I think it's worth asking. What was the tax cap? Well, you say it's a 2% tax cap. That's really not the case. That's kind of a number, an arbitrary number that we've all thrown out there. The tax cap is actually calculated and has a whole bunch of criteria. So the question that I would ask here was, did you in 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, did you, in order to build reserves to prepare for a problem like you're in the midst of now, did you go up to the tax cap? I think that's a fair question. But be careful of that 2% number. When we call this the 2% tax cap, some are at like a 1.75 tax cap. It depends after it's calculated. But the question is, did you obtain as much money as you could to prevent a crisis like this from happening? Two, why are we cutting teachers but retaining a business manager at $140,000 plus when Mr. Knoll is the financial guru and could handle it, portions of it, but also could use BOCES to get a treasurer that would be less expensive? Three, why can the district afford a $500,000 plus salary for 3 administrators, $500,000 plus for 3 administrators, yet the school still does not have Wi-Fi? New Hartford is one of the only districts in the area without Wi-Fi in 2018. 4, how did the board, being aware of the district's financial burdens, approve a 5-year contract extension for Mr. Knoll at $250,000 per year? That makes him one of the 50 highest paid, I believe he's right at 50, superintendents in New York State. It makes him the highest paid superintendent in this region. The New Hartford teachers are in the middle of the pack when it comes to salary. They are not the highest paid teachers in the region. By the way, the salary for the superintendent equals $1.2 million over 5 years. And when you look at the salary, you're going to say, well, you're wrong. It's only $200,000. Look at the whole package, folks. Salary, benefits, perks, add it all up. It's not $198,000. Why would the district, this is number 5, why would the district consider a capital project to build a 2-story cafeteria on an open lunch campus? Students there get to leave and go down to Daylight Donuts, for instance, or get pizza. Understand, aid is generated, but the building must be lit, heated, and maintained. And the other question that I would ask as an addendum to this question would be, is the aid paying for 100% of this, or is it 98%? And the district's going to have to come up with the other 2%. Good question, should be asked. Finally, question 6, where is the repair reserve? ? Buildings have heating issues, leaking roofs, energy inefficient windows, etc., etc. These are questions that if you have a child going to that school or you are employed at that school, might be worth asking today by calling the district or attending a board meeting. All questions worthy of being asked in the village of New Hartford in that school district.